Blake with Northwinds Wilderness School again. Welcome back to another installment of our little video journey here. My friend Spencer put a post on Facebook this morning that kind of got my mind working, and it had me thinking about a few things that I wanted to just kind of talk to you guys about. His post was about examining his ego and questioning the things that make him him. And while doing those types of things is actually a fairly big part of my personal belief structure, I've never actually put it in that way before. So I just want to kind of examine this idea a little bit of my ego, my beliefs, and what makes me me. Sorry, I was doing some wood carving. Core beliefs, some of the things that are, I'm going to say, vital to my belief structure. Preservation of the wild spaces in the world. I feel like that needs to be the most important part of our collective work. You know, our species has changed the landscape of this earth in a dramatic and catastrophic way. We need to do whatever we can to preserve what's left of the wild spaces. All human beings should be treated with respect and dignity. This is also paramount in my personal belief structure. I think wherever a person comes from, whatever they look like, whatever their beliefs are, whatever their lifestyle is, needs to be respected. Those people need to be treated with dignity. And I don't think that idea, for me, is questionable. I'm not going to go into my whole belief structure. Those are two things that are really, really important to me. But that's the depth of my thinking here, is like, what is the core of what makes a person that particular individual? And I think it's really important to question our beliefs. I think that when a person holds a belief so deeply that they're not willing to question it, that it starts to create problems. It starts to create fanaticism. I'm struggling to come up with an idea that won't cause too much controversy. Political beliefs are huge. People base their entire lives on their political beliefs. People hate other people because of their political beliefs. And I don't know anyone outside of a small handful of people who are willing to even explore their own political beliefs, who are willing to dig into why they believe the things they do and whether or not it continues to be the right thing for them. My beliefs are continually evolving, continually changing, continually growing, to a point where on any given day, if you ask me how I feel about a particular subject, my answer may be different than the last time we had a discussion on the same issue. Let me just use guns. I was trying to avoid this, but it's the one that's in my head. When I was younger, I did not think that people needed to have guns. I didn't see any reason for it outside of hunting. But in my youth, I was naive enough to believe that food came from a grocery store, and therefore we didn't need to hunt, therefore people didn't need guns. As I got a little older, I started to feel a lot of the turmoil and unrest that's happening in the world. And I started to feel like it might be more important for people to have guns to be able to defend themselves. I felt like, for me, I needed to have that security of owning firearms in case someone came to threaten me and my family. As I researched more and more on the topic of guns, I decided that was the wrong way to go about things, and I actually sold all of my firearms that aren't directly related to hunting, because I started to feel that the pervasiveness of like self-defense and combat firearms in our culture was destructive. And I held that belief for several years that people don't really need to have guns. And now, as I'm entering my 40s, I don't really know how I feel about the subject. I hunt. I encourage hunting. I support hunting. I encourage and support hunting in a very respectful way. Hunting is for food, and when you kill an animal, you need to eat all of the meat, you need to eat all of the organs, you need to use the skin, tan the hide, you need to use the bones. We need to make sure we're respecting the fact that an animal gave its life to feed and clothe us. I do not support trophy hunting. And as for firearms for self-defense, I don't know how I feel about that. It's a really cloudy topic. Now, I don't think that most people have thought that deeply into their particular participation in the gun debate. I believe that most people are either pro-gun or anti-gun, and that's it. This idea doesn't relate just to guns. It relates to a lot of things. Right now in my life, health is defining a lot of what I do, a lot of what my wife is doing, and a lot of what we're working on with our child. We've been working on cleaning up our diet. We've been working on getting more movement, not going to a gym and exercising, but finding ways to incorporate movement into our lives. Rather than watching TV, let's go outside and have a snowball fight. Or rather than sleeping for 10 hours tonight, let's get up and go for a walk. Things like that. So my idea of health has been very pervasive to a point where it's been distracting me from other things in my life. I haven't been working on Northwinds Wilderness School as much as I should be. I haven't been performing as well as at my day job as I should be, because I've been focused on studying nutrition, studying movement, learning what it takes to be healthy, and trying to cipher through all the shit that you find on the internet about what is or isn't healthy. I will give you an example and say, spend half an hour studying whether or not eggs are healthy, and then get back to me and let me know what you find. There's all this information that surrounds us every day, and our beliefs and the things that make up our ego, our sense of pride, our sense of self, can be troublesome if we don't examine them. I feel that it's very, very important for everything we believe to be examined and to be considered. Otherwise, we're not evolving, we're not growing, we're staying stagnant, we're not making any progress, and growth and progress is really the ultimate goal here. I'm going to challenge all of you now to pick one of your core beliefs, pick two of your core beliefs, and examine it. How important is the environment to you? How important are human rights to you? How important are guns to you? How important is healthcare to you? How important is your personal health to you? I'm not telling you to think about those subjects. I'm saying pick something that's important to you, that you consider a core aspect of your personality, and examine it. Maybe you'll realize that, in fact, it is the most important thing to you. I will say, my belief about the protection of the wild, I have examined time and time again in my life, and always it comes back being my number one priority. But, as we mentioned, with the gun issue, I've changed my position 4, 5, 6 times in my adult life because I keep learning more information. I keep gaining new wisdom. And you cannot go through life without examining your beliefs and consider yourself a evolving, well-rounded human being. As I offer this challenge to you, I also offer my promise to you that I will do the same thing in my life. I will sit down, I will consider some of my core beliefs, and I will consider how those beliefs affect my ego, my sense of self, my sense of pride. And I'm going to try really hard in 2019 to let my ego go a little. As much as I like to feel evolved or enlightened, I have ego issues too. I don't like to think of myself as someone who cares what other people think of them, but I do. And it's a small aspect of my personality that I don't like. So that's going to be one of the things that I'm working on this year. If any of you take this, if any of you subject yourself to this and actually do examine or re-examine some of your core beliefs, get back to us. Let us know what you find. Let us know what you come to, or if you learn anything, or if you change any of your beliefs, or if you reaffirm any of your beliefs. I want to hear what your experiences are with this. Thank you very much for watching. As always, if you found value in this, find a friend to share it with. I really appreciate every moment of your time. Thank you for watching. Have a good day.